Well, the pandemic has also stretched thin the supply of so many crucial necessities, from food and medications, toilet paper, to medical equipment and other items used in hospitals.
Join us right now to discuss supply issues is Nick Klein. He's Vice President of Sales and Marketing at OEC Group in Chicago. That's a global freight forwarder. Nick, thanks so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. My first question to you is, everyone is going after toilet paper like crazy. Why is toilet paper seem to be the one thing everybody wants?
I think that's a great question, the thing they most fear living without. But I don't think coronavirus adds to the need of toilet paper. I think the biggest thing holding up our supply chain is most of these things are made in other countries for obvious reasons, the wage and so forth. And as you know, nothing was coming from Asia until about the 2nd or 3rd of March when container vessels started moving again. And so it takes about 13 to 18 days to get to the West Coast, another 5 to 7 days to Chicago. So we're going to start catching up on a lot of these things. The biggest issue has been speed to market with so many passenger flights canceled. There just aren't that many planes to bring stuff over fast enough. A lot of the chartered 747s and so forth are being occupied by the big three, and a lot of people that have production lines that they have to worry about going down and so forth. Another thing is a lot of these truckers don't have the support, whether it be a lot of the truck stops closing and so forth. They don't have showers, places to eat. That's been limited and really affected the drivers. The good news is, like I said, the supply chain will catch up from these other countries. And additionally, transportation, logistics, and ports are all essential workforces, so they will have to keep moving along with companies like mine, OEC Group.
Nick, it's easy to show up at these stores and just sort of take for granted how it all got there. But for those of us who aren't as familiar to this process of the supply chain as you are, what's the most important part of it that we might overlook?
Well, I think a lot of people don't realize how much is actually produced overseas and not here. And how difficult it is actually with all the different laws in different countries. For example, right now you have Malaysia and India that are locking down. Only essential things are able to move. So any other products you want to buy from those countries, they won't transport in a truck, nor will they let the factories be open to produce. So there's that other end of the supply chain that a lot of people aren't aware of that we see every day in these countries where most of these things come from and are produced.
Nick, what about the medical supplies? That is also a big issue right now. Not people getting enough of it, not cities and states getting enough of it. Will we catch up on that eventually?
Yes, but we're still not there yet. The one thing I've noticed in my position is the outpouring of people willing to help. A lot of customers that have factories, for example, I have a customer who makes windows and doors, but he's offering, to donate and ship masks and Purell and things like that over. So we are seeing a lot of people trying to move it. The tough part, again, is capacity, meaning airplanes available to bring in here in time. The boats are coming, but it takes a while. And the biggest issue, I think, is not having all that air freight capacity we normally have to get things put to market.
Nick, finally, with just the last 15 or 20 seconds we have left, what is it that concerns you the most the longer this goes on about the supply chain?
I really do, even though they're, essential workforces, I do worry about our ports where everything comes in because you have so many people working there at one time and them getting affected. For example, the Houston port closed for about a day and a half because of a COVID-19 case, someone that tested positive working there. I would hate to see our ports shut down and nothing able to import or export due to the COVID-19.
All right, Nick, thank you so much. Nick Klein, Vice President of Sales and Marketing at OEC Group in Chicago. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Nick.
Stay healthy.
Thank you.